don't you think I should tell Mrs. Reynolds the truth?
What do you mean?
About why we were in the kitchen.
Oh, get out! You blow Rita's whole plan and we lose all the grog.
Well, she must have seen I was lying, because I'm so bad at it. Now, if I tell her the truth about the other things, she might believe me about the knife.
Well, maybe as a last resort, love. But things aren't as bad as that. We know Rita didn't do it, and we just got to find out who did.
But maybe it was her. She could have sneaked out for a minute without you seeing.
Oh, no way.
Well, the Screws must have some sort of evidence to put her in the pound.
All the evidence they need is that Rita hated Lou Kelly's guts.
I mean, Lurch could have had a go, and they could think Rita put her up to it.
I don't know. Well, it's no good guessing about things. We got to do something. And the only thing we know for sure is that Rita didn't do it. She's got a watertight alibi. And there's just no way that they can argue with that.
Have you seen the Governor?
No. Looks like your plan backfired, Moran.
What?
Keeping Kelly here when you should have sent her away. Look what it's led to. The rest of the staff aren't too impressed either. I mean, it doesn't give us much confidence, does it, when the Deputy Governor makes mistakes like that?
If and when I make mistakes, I'll account for them to the people who matter. Oh, Mrs. Barry, have you seen the Governor? She's not in her office.
No, I was looking for her myself. The people in the rec room want to talk to her.
What's the problem?
Well, the women are very upset about Connors and Jenkins being in solitary. According to Egbert, they've got proof that Connors is innocent.
Oh, they have they? All right, I'll talk to them.
I'll come with you. They could turn nasty.
Your pulse rate is quite stable.
All I know is I feel awful. I'm real giddy and I ache all over.
Come on, you've only lost as much blood as they'd take from a blood donor. A cup of tea and a few minutes lie down, you should be feeling fine.
Well, I'm not. Feel bloody awful.
Well, it might be delayed shock or some virus you've picked up. You rest and I'll get Doctor to look in as soon as he's got a spare minute.
I understand somebody's got something to say about Connors.
Yeah. It wasn't Rita who attacked Kelly. She was with us in the laundry when it happened.
I see. And just how do you know when it happened?
Well, it must have been when Kelly left the laundry to go to the toot.
Yeah, and Rita was with us the whole time after that.
Yeah, and I just had afternoon tea with Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
It's the truth.
Come on, they'd lie till they were blue in the face to protect their own skins. What about Jenkins? Have you got a story for her too?
No, only Rita.
But she was in the laundry when you came to get her, Miss Ferguson.
Yes, and as I recall, there was an awful lot of shyaking going on. Like you had something to celebrate.
That was just a joke somebody told, that's all.
Yes, and from the way it sounded to me, the joke was on Kelly.
Nice try, ladies. But Kelly told us it was Connors and Jenkins. She might appreciate your protection, but it's my time you're wasting, and I don't appreciate that.
Wait, Mr. Moran. I swear we're telling the truth.
Yeah, honest.
All the evidence is against it.
Look, you believe me about Lexi. Maybe you couldn't do anything about it, but you did believe me. Well, I wasn't lying then, and I'm not lying now. Rita was with us in the laundry the whole time after Kelly went, and that's the truth.
I'll pass this on to Mrs. Reynolds.
If you lot expect us to fall for that, then pathetic isn't the word for it.
Well, Kelly fingered him, eh?
Yeah, it's beginning to look like it. I can smell a setup.
Maybe somebody should go to the kitchen and try and find out the truth about that knife.
You go, love. Go with Lexi, and go now.
Of course they're lying. Anyone can see that.
Maybe.
No, maybe. You'd have to be stupid to believe anything that lot tell you.
You work on your theories, Ferguson. I'll work on mine. I wouldn't trust the others, but Wyndham impressed me.
Yeah, she did once before, didn't she? And let you down. Listen, even if Connors was in the laundry, she still could have planned that attack. I'd say she did it herself and the others are covering for her.
Well, what? I didn't do nothing, honest. Well, it's your chance to explain to Mrs. Reynolds.
Suppose you believe this one too.
Oh, it's not my fault I ain't got no alibi. I was working by myself.
Save it for the Governor. Maybe she'll believe you. Although I doubt it. She's not as gullible as some people around here.
Oh, but I'm telling you the truth. What have you got to pick on me all the time for?
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just wanted to say I appreciate what you did, warning me about that knife.
That's all right. Just want to do the right thing, that's all.
You certainly did, and I appreciate it. I'd have been in all sorts of trouble if I hadn't reported that knife missing before the attack.
You won't tell anyone it was me, will you?
I won't say a word. It's the least I can do. What are you girls doing here?
We just want to talk to you for a minute.
What about?
The knife. The one that was used on Kelly. So we know Rita didn't take it, and we're wondering what made you think she did.
It's quite simple. No one else had a chance. The only time I wasn't looking was when Nancy came here and got me talking. That's when Connors was here as well. You can't tell me that was all a coincidence.
But it could have been easily. It doesn't prove a thing.
To me, it does. Anyway, you two shouldn't be here talking either. I've already had one close shave today, and that's quite enough.
Look, we just want to know what really happened, okay?
That's the officer's job, and they don't need any help. Now, off you go, both of
But
you.
if someone else did take
I've already told you. Now, off you go.
Oh, come on, Jules. You notice anything in there?
I thought Merv looked a bit uncomfortable.
What about Maggot?
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know, Chook. I've just got a funny feeling.
She seems to be sleeping quite soundly now. I can't see she'll be giving you any trouble.
Oh, good. Might try and grab a quick 40 winks myself. Only kidding.
Just as well.
I wouldn't feel too safe just because of these.
I don't think you really want to be on an extra charge, Connors. You're in enough trouble as it is.
For nothing. I might as well do something to make it worthwhile.
You still maintain it wasn't you who attacked Kelly?
If it was me, I'd have done it properly. But as it happens, I gave my word to my offsider here that I wouldn't hurt her. And I keep my word.
Then how do you account for all the evidence that points to you?
I don't even know what it is.
Point one. The knife that was used in the attack was reported stolen from the kitchen by you.
Who says?
Mr. Pringle.
He's dreaming.
Point two, when I asked McCormack if she'd helped you steal the knife, she was evasive and behaved in an obviously guilty manner.
Oh, she's always like that. She's religious. She feels guilty about breathing.
Point three. You're widely known to have a grudge against Kelly and to have threatened her on more than one occasion.
Me and 3 million
Point
other people.
four. There is absolutely no reliable evidence as to Jenkins and your whereabouts at the time of the attack.
I was in the laundry. Just ask the others.
Under the circumstances, I hardly think their word can be considered reliable. Point five. Kelly herself identified you and Jenkins as her attackers.
And you believed her?
Why should she lie?
Bloody hell, it's a setup. A 2-year-old could see that. She did it to herself to get back at me and Alice.
We've considered that. But the plain fact is, I don't believe she'd have the nerve to physically harm herself.
Bull, she wouldn't.
I admit the evidence is largely circumstantial, but there's a great deal of it, and it all points to you. This may change as extra evidence comes to light, but for the moment, I have to consider you as a principal suspect.
I didn't touch her, you silly bitch.
That's enough.
You will never speak to me like that again, ever.
You tell me how else to speak to someone who gets outsmarted by a scumbag like Kelly.
Take her back, Mr. Moran.
Well, we haven't got any real evidence yet. Only that she's on side with Kelly. She's working in the kitchen. Gee, she looked as guilty as hell when we were asking Mervyn about the knife.
She still looks nervous. Every time I look up, she's watching us, and then she pretends she's not.
The bitch has got to be in on it.
Yeah, she could have put one over on Merv.